What is going on, everybody? And thank you for tuning in to Moving the Chains.
Yes, sir.
The sports show for fans by the fans. I am your host, Mr. Michael Wiley, aka the host with the most, aka the Big 50-yard line. And joining me is Mr. Philip Hines, aka Mr. Classic, aka Mr. OG Triple OG, and Mr. Sean Pritchett, aka Mr. MP3 himself.
Yes, sir.
Live and in the building. What's going on, fellas?
You forgot one thing, baby.
What is your headset working?
My headset is working.
Oh man,
Mr. Headset is working.
Man, hey, I'm glad your headset is working, man. Look, I think we got. I can't even complain. You know, I know y'all ready to talk about the Bears, and it's exciting and all those things. But you know, I know because they got a W this week. Can we just give them a round of applause?
I told y'all they was gonna get W this week, though.
You ain't know they was gonna get no W. You ain't know.
Go back and look. I said we gonna get this W next Sunday.
Do I need to bring up the tapes? Do I gotta bring the tapes up?
You gonna bring the tape up?
I wasn't happy with the W though, but I'll take it.
I'm about to say because I don't know.
I wasn't happy with that W, man. But
you said you weren't happy with it?
Nah, I'll take it though.
Really?
Yeah, the defense stepped up and did their thing, but
they did.
Four times we got the ball because of defense, and the offense didn't score.
All right, we're gonna talk about that. So
I wasn't happy for that.
So look, let's talk about,
we're gonna really get off into that cause that's gonna take us to a little Justin Field conversation.
Yeah.
Okay. Absolutely. So look, real quick review of the past week's games. You know, our Thursday game was with the Giants and the Washington football team. I think all of us had
we all had Washington.
Yeah,
and they squeaked one out.
Yeah,
basically they
great
squeaked
game,
one out. Yeah, they got 30. There was 29-30. Washington is now sitting at 1-1. New York is at 0-2. Looked like Jones had 22. He had a pretty good game. He had 22 out of 32 passes, 249 yards. Had one touchdown.
Terry,
Terry,
that receiver was killing.
Yeah, he was. Man, McLaurin. He had 11 receptions, 107 yards, one touchdown. Shepard for New York he had 9 for 94 though. He did pretty good. Rushing, you know, they did all right. Washington had 13. Gibson had 13 carries, 69 yards. Then you had Jones. He had 9 carries for 95 yards, and he had a touchdown. I can't pronounce this dude's name. What's the Washington's quarterback? Is it Hinky or whatever his name is? Hinky, whatever. Hinkley. Yeah. He did pretty good. He had 34 for 46 tosses, 336 yards. He did throw an interception. He had 2 touchdowns. So, you know, we were we figured that Washington was going to win that game, and they pulled it out. I didn't think it was going to be as close as it was, though, to be honest.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to be that close, but it ended up actually being a pretty good game. So, you know, big ups to the Giants for making a competitive game, but they did not win
at all.
At all.
And I did well on my fantasy with Terry.
Did you?
Oh yeah, he got me 30-some points. So thank you, Terry.
Thank you. He was killing.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Let's look at some of the other games from Sunday. We had, of course, New Orleans and Carolina. Carolina pulled that out. Final was 26-7. Winston actually did okay. Well, actually, he didn't do very good. He was 11 for 22 for 111 yards, but he threw for 2 interceptions. Darnold, on the other hand, he been kind of balling out. He been kind of balling. He had 36 completions for 38 tosses, 305 yards. He did throw for an interception, but he had 2 touchdowns. Looks like Carolina had a pretty good game on the ground. They he had 79 yards and 1 touchdown. McCaffrey, I'm sorry, he had 24 carries for 72 yards and 1 touchdown, and Moore the receiver, Moore, he had 8 catches for 79 yards and he had a touchdown. So he did pretty all right. Then you had Cincinnati. We had Cleveland and Houston. Listen, I'm starting to like Baker Mayfield, man. I don't know why.
We got them next Sunday.
I know. I'm starting to like Baker. He did, they squeaked that. They actually had a pretty good victory this week. They're sitting at 1-1 along with Houston is 1-1 now. They won 31-21. Mayfield had 19. He had 21 tosses and completed 19, 213 yards, 1 interception, 1 touchdown. Receivers didn't do too well. Hooper only had like 5 receptions for 40 yards. They had a pretty good ground game though. Chubb, he had 11 carries for 95 yards.
Oh, Chubb a monster.
Yeah, he had 11 carries for 95 yards and a touchdown. Rams in Indianapolis, that was actually a really good game. I wasn't expecting it to be that close, but it was pretty good. The Rams pulled it off 27-24. Stafford did good, 19 completions, 30 tosses, 278 yards. He had an interception, 2 touchdowns. Carson Wentz, he threw 20 for 31, interception and a TD. Let's see. Cooper Kupp, man, 9 receptions, 163 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Stafford glad he out Detroit, man. Stafford is glad he out Detroit, man.
Man, Kupp was running over people. Let's see. And then Russian Pittman for Indianapolis, he had 8 carries for 123 yards. Denver and Jacksonville, you had Denver pulling it out 23-13. Bridgewater, bro, he had 26 completions out of 34, 328 no-NOs and 2 touchdowns. And who was that? Sutton actually ran. He had 9 carries and 159 yards. So they had a pretty good he had a pretty good game in that game. Buffalo and Miami. Buffalo, was Miami did they even show up?
Hey.
Did Miami even show up?
Tua got hurt.
They didn't do anything.
It looked like a high school score, man.
That was like Madden on rookie mode. It was 35-0. Nothing, bro.
That quarterback in Buffalo, he nice.
Oh yeah.
He's nice.
Yeah,
he's nice.
17 completions out of 33.
Yeah.
He had 179 yards. He did throw for an interception, but he had 2 touchdowns. It looks like Buffalo rushing game was okay. Singletary, he had 13 carries for 82 yards and he had a touchdown. And but yeah, man, Miami was like, did they even show up? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't know what to say, man. They didn't look good.
Didn't look good at all.
Didn't even look good losing.
No, not at all,
man.
Not at all.
At least some teams look good losing. At least. No, like New York, they look good losing.
Right, they look good losing.
You know what I'm saying? Even I know we haven't made it here yet, but even Detroit last night, they look good losing.
Yeah.
You know?
I totally get that. Mac Jones did pretty okay. He had 22 completions out of 30, 186 yards, but he didn't throw for any interception, but he didn't throw for any touchdown either.
Yeah.
But they did pull it off 25-6. San Francisco, Philadelphia, that was an okay game. San Francisco pulled that one out 17-11.
Mm-hmm.
Garoppolo actually threw for 189 yards. He did have a touchdown. He was probably the only real standout of the game. Although Hurts for Philadelphia, he had 10 carries for 82 yards and he did have a touchdown. Vegas and Pittsburgh, that was I don't know. I thought Pittsburgh was gonna kind of do a little bit better than that, but David Carr, he was lights out, 28 out of 37. 382 yards, threw for 2 touchdowns. Big Ben, he had 27 out of 40. Still not too bad, but he only threw for 295. He did have an interception, though, and he only threw for 1 touchdown. Johnson had 9 receptions and 105 yards. Barber for Las Vegas, he had 13 carries, 32 yards. So really neither one of the teams had a good ground game going that game. Arizona and Minnesota was another good one.
And the reason that I know Vegas, they didn't have a good ground game because they starting running back was out. Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, he was out.
Jacobs out.
He was out.
Yeah, so, man. So, but for them they still was pretty impressive victory. They pulled off. Yeah. Minnesota and Arizona had a good game, 33-34. It's been a lot of close games these last couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of close ones. 33-34, they pulled that one out. Kirk Cousins, He threw for he had 22 completions out of 32, had 244 yards, 3 touchdowns. Kyler Murray, man.
That little boy is something special.
He next.
He next, man. 29 for 36. He had 400 yards. He did throw for 2 interceptions, but he had 3 touchdowns. Let's see.
You got DeAndre Hopkins on the side, man.
Yeah. More. He had 7 catches, 114 yards for a touchdown. And Edmonds, he had 8 carries for 46 yards. Cook from Minnesota, man, 22 carries, 131 yards. He did pretty good. Had a pretty good ground game, but ultimately, Arizona came through with the win. They sitting at 2-0 right now, which is cool. Tom Brady did what Tom Brady does against Atlanta. I mean, let's just be honest. It's Tom Brady. 48-25, man. This dude threw for 276 yards, no interceptions, and 5 touchdowns.
I'm so salty I didn't pick him as my quarterback. Man, but I did pick a winner though. I picked Aaron Rodgers.
You got Rodgers, and I ain't gonna talk about them. I ain't gonna even talk about them scrubs, but I know they won. But I'm just saying, but Tom Brady did what he does. Fournette had 11. He had 11 carries, 52 yards. Evans 5 receptions, 75 yards, 2 touchdowns. And let's see, Seattle. Tennessee squeaked by 33-30. Tannehill, man, he did pretty good. He was 27 for 40. He had 347 yards with no touchdowns. Russell, man, he threw for 343, no interceptions, 2 touchdowns. He had a good game, but they just, Tennessee just squeaked past them with that field goal. Kansas City and Baltimore, my homeboy did what he normally does. 24 for 31, 343 yards. He had an interception, 3 touchdowns. But, hey, let's talk about Lamar Jackson.
I got that on TV right now, that game.
Lamar Jackson, he was 18 for 26, threw for 239. He did have 2 interceptions, and he had 1 touchdown. But he rushed.
They pulled that game off.
He rushed he had 16 carries. And he ran for 107.
Yeah, like 107 yards.
And he had 2 touchdowns.
And flipped in one of them.
Yeah.
Right, and flipped in one of them. I mean, look.
I promise you, I'm watching the NFL Network. The Chiefs Ravens game is on right now.
Man. And Detroit Green Bay.
Whatever.
Both of them teams, who cares?
Rodgers, he threw for 4 touchdowns. He had, but you know what though? He had a pretty good game.
Hey, but it started out like that's Detroit weakness, man. They start out so good,
and because they're
front runners.
After the halftime, man, that third quarter, Green Bay came back and they scored twice, and that was all she wrote.
But
you ain't seen no more Green Bay. I mean, you ain't seen no more about
that. The scary part about that is like when we play Detroit, that's my only concern because of the fact of what I was talking about at the top of the show. We don't know how to maximize on the offensive side. We get in that red zone and see those guys. With Aaron Rodgers, he's a threat on the offense. So all his defense had to do was their job. And see with the Bears, all our defense got to do is their job. But we got to do they got to do their job and ours.
Come on,
and that's the scary part about the Bears because we don't have an offensive threat.
There's no consistency on both sides of the ball.
Hasn't it? It seems like it's always been like that, though.
Yeah.
Like we either can score, but we can't stop, or we can stop and we can't score.
And we can't score.
And it's just like, come on, man. I don't think we ever had it where it was pretty consistent on. I mean, we did, maybe 20-some years ago, but I mean, have we really had it since? Well. No, because even when Loving them made it to the Super Bowl, they were carried by the defense too. Because we had
Chapman messed my birthday up in 07, man. That Super Bowl fell on my birthday. I had a birthday party and everything, man.
Yeah,
Rex Chapman. Rex Grossman.
Turnover-saurus Rex.
Yeah, that.
And all Loving kept saying is, "We such and such. We're undefeated, and we carrying on."
And you know what? going back in that day, that was our fault too as fans because we got arrogant in that year. We knew.
We did.
Yeah.
We knew no one could beat us.
I really thought we was going to win that championship that year, Sean. I seriously thought we was going to win the Super Bowl.
Phil, them boys got so arrogant that they was calling themselves better than the guys who did it. In
oh,
85.
yeah. Brian Urlacher was like, I'm not trying to hear from them. They ain't one, we're better than them.
Yeah, they got too arrogant, man, and got in Miami and live their life.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Okay, come on, Mike. Let's get to these Bears, man.
I want to get to the Bears, but real quick, can we talk about the Cowboys? Look, I am slowly becoming a Cowboys fan. I don't know. I guess because I'm really kind of cheering for Dak because he got a lot of flack last year, and rightfully so. Because everybody was like, "Oh, he's just getting garbage yards because he's just catching up," or it's feel like to call him empty calorie yards. And I just want to see the dude succeed. What I like though is that this is the first game in a long time that I've seen them come out and take command of the game.
They stepping up also.
They came out and scored like 14 points. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, Dallas. I said, what's going on?
Look, Dak a hell of a quarterback. Don't get it twisted. He's a hell of a quarterback. It just why I say that empty calories, Mike, is because you really you're playing catch up. So you look up, you got 400 yards, but you still got the L.
Right. Because
you getting majority of your stuff because you playing catch up in the second half of the game. So you look up, But
I still and
he's a baller though. He's a baller though.
We don't have to talk about that because it's a lot of teams and when they behind, they just behind and they don't do nothing.
Yeah, but you got a lot. You got a lot. But you got a lot of quarterbacks that you look up and they be like 3,000, 4,000 season passes, and you like, but your team wasn't about because majority of the time they're down about 20, 21 points, and you just slaying the ball.
Right.
But I do believe that if Dak was in last season, they would have made it to the playoffs.
Yeah, I think they would have got that too.
I believe they're gonna make it this year.
They're the worst division. They're the worst division in the league.
That's why I said they're gonna make it this year.
So they're gonna make it.
They're gonna make it.
Yes, sir.
I think they're gonna make it by default. Look, Dak was 23 for 27. He had 237 yards. He had an interception. He didn't throw any touchdowns. But can we talk about Pollard real quick, please? Pollard, man,
not to make you forget about Zeke in a minute.
He's stepping up, bro. He had 13 carries, 109 yards. He had a touchdown. I mean, and then Lamb, he even did eight receptions, 81 yards. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hopeful, and I think if they keep going in the direction that they're going, Dallas might be a surprise this year. I think a lot of people are expecting them to do well, but I think they may really, really surprise people in how well they actually do. So look, let's get to the meat of this thing.
That sound, Mike, but being a diehard, I can care less about what the Cowboys do.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that because
bear down, young man.
It's just like I don't care. I don't care what Green Bay does, but I also know that they're an obstacle.
And they're a big obstacle for us.
Very
big. But it's not Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers is a big obstacle for us. I'm not gonna say Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers have owned us his whole career.
It's just so frustrating. So let's talk about them Bears, fellas.
Yes, sir.
Phil, I'm tossing the ball to you first. What grade would you get a game on A, B, C, D, E, or F? Give me a letter grade.
I'm giving defense an A.
No. What would you give them as a team
overall?
Yes, yeah, overall.
Okay. So I would take the Bears A, and I'm gonna do it on a curve. So I'm going to get the Bears. I'm going to do it on a curve, and then I'm going to put in Sato, our kicker.
Oh, jeez.
Cause he made. So I'm going to put that on the curve. So overall, I would give them like a C+. Okay. The reason why I'm saying that because, and let me tell y'all something, Sean. We got to start now. Listen, we all said throw the kid in.
See, I'm gonna talk about that too.
We all said
I'm gonna talk about it too.
We all said throw the kid in. the kid made a lot of mistakes in that red zone with those false starts that was on him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And let me say another thing. Dalton was doing okay.
Oh, no.
Mike.
No.
We all coming to terms with this, Mike. Understand.
No.
Mike, listen.
We are not coming to terms.
Listen, Mike. No. Relax. Listen. I understand where you're going. We all said throw the kid in.
Uh-huh.
We all said throw the kid in, but I'm gonna be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Our offensive line has did a great job. Yeah. That's why I said this game Sunday is going to tell me a whole lot about our team. It really is. But I'm going to be honest with you, man. The kid he made a clutch first down run to extend that play for us to win.
He did.
If he hadn't made that because don't get it twisted. That Burrow kid threw 3 interceptions in a row. But he came back and threw 2 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
So had not Fields had made that crucial run for that first down, I wouldn't want to see that guy because he kind of got hot a little bit with them 2 consistent touchdowns.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be honest. I think the kid is talented. I think that he's gonna be great for us. I really do. I think we have found our quarterback with the kid. But if I can be honest with y'all, he not ready. I think he needs to sit behind. Now, he's going to have to play now because Dalton is not an ACL, MCL. It's just a sprain. But Dalton more likely going to be out for a couple of games.
Bring me my tea, son.
But if it was me and I was coaching, on it. And if I was coaching, and if Dalton wasn't hurt, I let the kids sit back and watch Dalton because Dalton really hadn't did anything for us to really say that he needs to be taken out the game. You got to remember it's Nagy with this dink and dunk mess. Now, after a while, we got to start all this speed we done brought in. We got to get a little bit more vertical. Now, I'm going to be real with you. Justin Fields threw 2 touchdowns. One was dropped by Robinson. And Mooney dropped the other one, and Mooney dropped the clutch first down the field. So I'm not gonna say that the kid did some nice throws, but I just think that he needs to sit behind Dalton a little. I said it, Mike. I said by third or fourth game, throw him in. Then they pissed me off last Sunday. So we ain't got nothing to lose. Throw the kid in. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all. The kid is really not ready. He's not ready yet, y'all. He's not ready. He made some costly mistakes with those false starts. And couple was in the red zone. So, but I still think that he's our quarterback. He's our future. I think he's talented. I think he's a baller. But I just think that if Dalton is healthy, I think I will start Dalton. That's just me.
All right. Now, Sean, since Field then pretty much tried to save himself from any blowback, I'm gonna throw you the ball.
Forget you.
Give me your letter grade for the game.
I give the Bears a B, and the reason I give them a B, because of the fact, first of all, we won.
Yeah.
Second of all, our defense, like Phil was saying, they deserve the A.
Yeah.
But the B comes in at the offense and Matt Nagy coaching. A lot of that wasn't just on the offense. Some of that was on his coaching.
He's irritating the mess out of me, Sean.
His red zone coaching I think he just needs to allow someone else to get that playbook. But
yes,
we all know that Nagy is not that humble dude.
He's not going to do it.
That's an issue, and that's going to be an issue moving forward until they let him go. So that's the reason I give him a B. All that together. But what I like about Justin Fields is that like I did say that start him in a few games because down the line because he has to watch. But these games are not hurting us in the conference. These are AFC games when we play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the good part about that is that Justin is getting that practice time, that real pressure time, right? Because he played really in the preseason, but these first two real games that kind of really don't matter, is just giving us a L and a W. But as it relates to our conference and our division, it doesn't matter. So when it's time for it to matter, coming up week 4 when we go against Detroit, Justin Fields will be ready to take on. And I think that's what the Bears had in mind, to save him for conference games, division games.
That's why he's bringing them in sparingly like that.
That's why he bring them in sparingly, because of the fact he will win those kind of games, right? Because of the fact he got the speed, because of the fact he has a great quarterback IQ. But Dalton is that experience. He got Dalton and he got He got Dalton and he got Nick
Foles.
Nick Foles on the side, in his right ear and in his left. And so those are two experienced, seasoned, championship winning quarterbacks as a Nick Foles.
Foles is a Super Bowl MVP.
That's what I'm talking about. So they can guide him, because of the fact they want what's best for him and for the team. So I think Justin Fields is going to be a monster, because of the fact he got those two giants in his ear. Now, I agree with you, Phil. Dalton has not proven himself to be bad these last 2 weeks at all.
Really haven't.
The only thing with Dalton is not really on Dalton. It's just his style of QBing, that he doesn't move out of that pocket. He stays in that pocket. He's used to a line that will hold it back. He don't see the Bears' offensive line is not a Tom Brady, Bucs offensive line, or a Green Bay offensive line, or Buffalo Bills offensive line. Them guys will hold until the quarterback decide, you know what, I don't feel like, you know what, let me go grab a Gatorade right quick and go drink something. Then I'm gonna come back and throw the ball. We don't have that kind of line with the Bears.
Not at all.
It's hold up, mama, I'll call you right back. I got to throw this ball type of line. That's the kind of line we have. Like, hold up. Hold on. Here, I got to throw this right quick. He don't have that. Hold on, y'all. I'll be back. I'm about to go to the bathroom type of line. We need that type of line. So, but overall, man, I think Justin Fields, man, he's going to dominate. He's going to watch. He's watching the tape. He's going to see. He needed this, though. He needed those interceptions. He needed because, in fact, all the crowd, all the hype was getting to his head. Even if he ain't show it, that is getting to your head as a young black superstar. You gonna care. You're gonna like, all the fans want me to play. So all the fans had to see him go through that humbling experience.
And I think it humbled us too, Sean, a little bit.
It humbled the fans.
I think it humbled us too. That's why Mike talking about.
I don't care. I don't care what Mike looking like. Because Mike ready.
He ready to go in, Sean. He ready.
You know what? Hold up, Mom. I'll be back. I'm throwing the ball to Mike. There you go, Mike.
Go on, Mike. Go ahead, Mike. We on. Go ahead.
Listen, I'm not really disagreeing with anything that you guys are saying. And if I was to give the Bears a letter grade, it would probably be like a C minus.
Dang, that's low.
Well, yeah, and no. And the reason being is because I'm concerned. My real concern is the defense.
Okay.
That's my biggest concern. And I wonder if this game was a fluke, like how they played. Don't get me wrong. The 3 interceptions, especially the 2, was spot on. I mean, they played those routes, played the guys, watched the QB, saw the direction he was on. They got the interceptions. Those you can't deny. Those were clean interceptions. The third one when he got hit and he kind of tossed the ball, and my man caught it and ran it back. Third interception. Listen, the defense looked good. However, there are still concerns that I have. There are still concerns with missed tackles. There's still concerns with Mac being non-existent. He is not a factor.
I think he got pressure on the quarterback probably about 2 times that game.
He might have, but I mean, is that all we gonna? Is that?
Oh, no, I'm agreeing with you, Mike. I'm agreeing with you.
I'm just saying, is that all that we're going to expect from him now? Because between him and Hicks, there should be no reason that we can't get adequate pressure on a quarterback. Now I understand, the lines are going to be different with the different teams and everything, and some team O lines are just phenomenal, and they may have problems getting to the quarterback. But and overall, my concern for the defense runs deeper than just what we saw Sunday, because like that one pass where the man was wide open and the 2 guys ran into each other, I swear that looked like something from a movie. I'm like, how? Because they really could have stopped them, and they ran into each other, and he just walked the ball in
again.
I was
our passing scheme is kind of shady, Mike. I feel like you feel on that.
I'm concerned that, and I really hope that this game kind of gave the defense a boost in morale, where they say, hey, this is the type of defense that we can play. Because if you think about it, it's just like you said, Burrow had thrown for 199 consecutive passes
without an interception.
And then he ended up throwing 3 in a row.
Yep.
I mean, either that's a fluke or they just had him pegged in those particular 3 plays. But then the scary thing is, as you mentioned earlier, he came right back and threw 2 touchdowns.
Right
back, like it wasn't nothing.
Back-to-back touchdowns.
But you know what, Mike? You'll find out what you need to find out next Sunday, because, like I said, we got to see how our defense can contain and control Baker.
I mean, I ain't even worried about. Listen,
and Cleveland got a nice defense. They got that Garrett kid over there on that end, man. So we got to see what's going on, man.
They got a pretty good O line, but I'm just saying, my concern really is for the defense. Now, in regards to Justin Fields,
here we go.
Listen, a lot of rookie mistakes, right? And I totally agree with you guys that I think that this was really a humbling experience, not so much for him, but for everybody that was yelling, put Fields in, put Fields in. And then you put him in, and he goes 6 for 13 and only 60 yards, and he threw an interception. Now, I understand that experience, that you have to get out there and get the reps and get the experience, but Dalton was not playing bad.
No, he wasn't.
But come on, man, don't forget Robinson missed the touchdown from Fields.
I understand that, but
that was a great pass.
Look, it was 2 great passes.
It was 2. Robinson and Mooney, man. Those were touchdowns, man.
Yeah, they both missed, and that's enough. I was going to address that too. Dalton has not been playing bad. He just hasn't. The bad thing is that when defense can't stop anybody from scoring, and we can't score.
Yeah.
And then we got an O-line that can't keep pressure. I mean, it was cats running straight up the middle. Now,
that first game was all over the place.
That first game was all over the place. So I'm concerned. I'm really, really concerned. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I wasn't really looking for the kid to come in this game, and I'm kind of scared for him going forth, because, to be honest with you, out of all of the quarterbacks that was drafted this year, really the only one who kind of looked ready is Mac Jones, and that's
I can't say that, man. I can't. This would be a whole new different conversation if Mooney and Robinson caught those passes from Fields. We wouldn't even be talking about like his rookie mistakes because of the fact we would have been talking about how great of a QB this guy is. Man, he threw.
Those were two great passes.
Those are two great passes.
Everything is an if. Look, what if Burrows never threw the 2 interceptions?
No. That's a different kind of if. This if is the ball was in their hands. It wasn't like it was tipped or overthrown or blocked. This was a ball that was directed to their hands, and they dropped it. One was right in the end zone on them, and he dropped it. So this is it's a different kind of if, Mike. It's a different kind of if.
But you know what, Mike? You know what? You know who the only person I don't trust on the Bears right now.
Besides the coach, who?
Oh, I was just saying him.
Yeah,
that's what I don't trust him, man. I don't trust him, Mike. I don't trust him. I don't trust him.
I just look at I was excited when they drafted Fields too, because I was like, oh, cool, we got a quarterback. I'm afraid for him because our O-line ain't that great.
Yeah.
And I just think he going.
We kind of improved from last season. Now our O-line held up real good, even against the Rams. They held up real good. They held up good Sunday.
They did okay. If I was to let a grade them, C+, B-, right? I'm just saying, and I wanted to ask you all this question too in regards to rookie quarterbacks, and everybody said, yeah, they should kind of maybe sit, for a while, because Brady didn't play before Brady got a chance to play. How long was he on the side? Like a year, I think.
The reason why Brady plays because Bledsoe got hurt. So now here it is, kind of a similar situation. Everybody wanted Fields to be in. The fates aligned. Dalton got hurt, and now Fields is going to be named the starting quarterback. So he mistakes aside and drop passes aside, he looked okay. I'm going to withhold judgment. Yeah. Because I really think that this game, I think all of that excitement and that hype for him now has kind of settled, and people are like, oh, well, all right, well, let's see what he does. I think that was a good thing too, Mike.
And I
really think so.
I'm really hoping that was a good thing because
it shut all of us up.
It shut him up. I bet it shut him up in his head too.
Yeah, it kind of
shut me up.
It kind of humbled us a little bit because
it shut me up
because now we realize that we saw that, you know what I'm saying.
He's gonna
be a great quarterback.
Everybody thought he was gonna come out like Patrick Mahomes.
No,
but here's the thing. You can't. What did he do wrong to the point that make him not like that dude? What did he do wrong?
Oh no, he's that dude. He just made a couple of rookie mistakes to me. He's that
Mike?
Dude.
But how? I'm not saying he did anything wrong. But how is it that we just automatically assume that he's going to be that dude? Because let's just be honest.
You can see it.
If he was that, oh my God, y'all said the same. How many?
What your eyes tell you, Mike?
How many times have you? But you know what my eyes said? My eyes tell me a lot of things, and I hear people all the time talking about my eye test tell me this. My eye test tell me that, and I'll be like, word, that's what your eyes tell you. All right, okay, we'll see. Look,
but you know what? Hopefully, you know what I'm saying? Because I still think the kid. I think the kid gonna have a breakout game. One of these games coming up, if he's still in the lineup. But
my whole take on it is that as a Bears fan and understanding how our front office operates, I am not getting my hopes up until it has been proven what this kid can do.
He's gonna be all right. He's gonna be all right.
What else he got to do?
Because what I'm not gonna do is put a brand on his helmet and call him the one. He is not Neo from the Matrix.
He's the one.
He's not leading us to a Super Bowl.
He's the one. He's the one. Mike.
All right,
Mike,
you can't say why he's not the one.
Mike,
why is he the one? Y'all going off of one game?
It ain't about one game,
Mike.
It's the fact that his accuracy, his IQ. Did you see?
Mike, the throws is what this little boy made, man.
He's the one, man.
I've seen a lot of quarterbacks make good throws like
that.
He's
the one for the Bears. He's the one for the Bears.
And then have the self-awareness to know that you got to get a first down to extend that play, because let's be real, y'all. Roquan Smith TD is really what won the game.
He made a great run.
Without Smith TD, I don't think we would have won that game. I'm gonna be real with you.
This is what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that, listen, I've never been the type to put all of my eggs in one basket, ever. I don't care who you were. I don't care how, even with Mac. Mac came and he was, oh my God, he electrified the defense. I was like, cool, let's see how long it lasts. And now here we are.
He the man, Mike.
Now here we are. Man, Mac ain't doing what he used to do. Mac ain't this, Mac ain't that. I'm just saying, I'm gonna wait. And
but you know what, Mike? You know what? I want to see him play one whole game. See,
and I think that's my thing.
Yeah, we haven't seen him play a whole game. That's
my thing. See, because I can't give him that title
until you see him play a whole game.
Right.
Man, I'm running out of church. I'm running out of church Sunday because our church is over at 12. I will be at my in-laws' crib. I'm running out of church. I ain't even going. I'm going to make sure I stay close.
I'm not so eager to watch this game. I'm eager to watch game 4 and game 5. Game 4, we play Lions. Game 5, we play Raiders. I'm ready to. Ooh. Those are back-to-back.
And we gotta get the Raiders back, man. We gotta get them back. They got us last year. We gotta get them back, man.
Y'all need to be worried about this game next week.
I'm worried about that.
I'm not really worried.
What did I just tell you, Mike?
That's an AFC game.
But the reason why I want to see this game,
okay, but does it not count as doesn't? Are you telling me these games don't, like the game that they lost didn't count?
Yeah, no.
Sean talking about conference play.
I'm talking about conference.
Because when they come down to it, we have to win our conference.
We got to win our conference. We got to win our division.
But what I'm saying is, I want to see them against the Browns because I want to see how they play against them.
I think that's going to be
that's going to show me what I need to see with the defense and offense.
I want Dalton in that game.
Yeah, but Dalton ain't playing.
No,
Fields. Dalton might be out.
They already be out for like.
I want Fields in the game.
Yeah, they say Fields starting because Dalton. But thank God it's not an ACL or MCL. It's just a sprain, harsh. But man, I don't see because he was running and it's like
I saw when I saw when he stepped down when he tried to make that sudden stop.
That's why he had to. Yeah, that's why he had to hop.
Yeah, man. Listen, but look, they got a W Sunday. I'm glad because sometimes
we'll get another W next Sunday.
You know, when you starting off 0-2, man, that's normally not a good sign. But I'll take 1-1 for right now. We got the kid starting on this next game, and we're gonna see what he do. And let's hope.
Me and you gonna watch that game together.
Yeah, let's.
I'm ready to watch it though.
I shall withhold. I'll withhold my judgment. Who's playing Thursday?
North Carolina and against Texas.
Yeah,
Carolina and the Texans now.
I got Carolina because of Texas. Tyrod Taylor put on injury reserve. Deshaun Watson is not playing.
Yep, I got Carolina.
I got Carolina.
McCaffrey is just a beast.
Yeah, and that boy Sam Donaldson, he had to get up out of New York. You know, some people it's like the Dwight
do better when they change.
It's like the Dwight Goodman. I mean the Dwight Howard syndrome. Yep. Sometimes when you playing in that small pond, you look bigger than what you are.
Yeah.
When Dwight left Orlando, he never was the same.
No.
Yeah,
because sometimes some players, the lights are too bright. And when you talk about these big markets,
I think so I get that, but so I think Carolina gonna take it Thursday.
I got Carolina.
All right, so who got your game ball this week, Phil?
Chicago Bears defense. They stepped up. I talked a lot of smack about them. I said they wasn't the same.
Yes, you did.
Somebody listened to me and they shut me up. Hopefully they shut me up again next Sunday.
Sean, who your game ball go to today?
Man, I got to go to the Chicago Bears defense.
Yes, sir.
But they shared a ball with Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
They beat them
touch
Chiefs
it a little bit.
Yeah, he gets to touch it.
He gets to put his hand on a little bit for a minute.
Pause.
Okay.
Who you got, Mike? Who you got?
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna definitely toss it to the defense, man. Listen, it was fun. It was fun to see them get into it.
Yeah.
It was fun to see the 3 interceptions, man. I mean, they looked like they were really, really playing. I just want them to start making tackles when it count. And I really want them to start getting pressure to these quarterbacks, man. If I can just see that, if I can see them just starting getting a little bit more pressure on these quarterbacks and just start making tackles that count. I mean, it's like every play that some teams make is like 10 yards here, 11 yards here. I'm like, you got to make these stops, man. It's no reason that somebody is going down the field making 7 plays, 80 yards in less than 3 minutes.
For some reason, we can't stop the pass. For some
can't
reason,
stop that
man.
pass, man. But all of that being said, definitely going to give the defense the game ball this week, because they definitely deserve it. Looking forward to Sunday's game. Look, I want the kid. Listen, I don't want y'all to think that I don't want this kid to perform well. I'm rooting for him because, number one, he's young and he's black.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm sorry, white people. It's just how I am. I'm simple like that. But I want him to do well, especially after how they did Kaepernick, and especially after how they doing Cam. How many? Think about this. Think of the sorry quarterbacks that's playing right now, and Cam is sitting at home.
Well, you know why Cam not playing, man. You know why Cam not playing.
I'm just saying, man. It's like I see stuff like that, and I'm like, really? That's I'm like, that's what we doing. That's how we gonna go. Carr, I mean, think about it. It's like Cam Newton is sitting at home right now, and you mean to tell me that there's a team out there that don't think they can use Cam? Seriously, I'm just saying, man. It's
you know how it go, Mike.
Yeah, it is what it is, and I'm not gonna turn this into I ain't finna pull no race card or nothing like that. But I mean, look, we all know how that game goes.
Yeah.
Anyway, helmets off to the Bears. We got that W, so we're sitting at 500 right now.
Bear down.
We got a challenging schedule ahead, so it's gonna be interesting to see how I play. If we can come out over these next few games, what are we? We're sitting at 1-1 right now.
Yeah.
If we can be 3-2, I'm happy. I'll be happy over the course of these next few games.
Yeah.
So let's see if we can pull that out. And that's gonna be it for us, man. I think we'll see how it go. With
you got to sound a little more enthusiastic, bro. I guess we'll see how it go. I'm just
let's
gonna
go
throw my
Bears.
head up and bear down, man. Bear down.
Listen, I bear down, but I'm also a realist.
I'm not trying to get that realist mess right now, man.
I'll see y'all. I will see y'all next week.
Yeah, we're gonna
talking about the W.
Down, baby.
Yeah, we gonna definitely talk about that W. How we wish they would have won.
See, we ain't doing that on these shows.
On that note,
you know what? Let's go on. Come on, let's end this, man. Let's end this.
My headset not working on that.
Yeah.
Peace out, everyone.
All right, y'all.
Thank y'all.
That's it for us, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in and moving the chains. I'm Mike. That's Phil. That's Sean. And until we talk again, we out, y'all. Peace.
Peace.